that relates to something that's happening now.
Oh, all right.
Throughout my life,
Yes.
I've had dreams
Yes.
of a movement, and I've seen the Earth change.
Yes.
I started learning about it from my aunt and different things, and then my ancestry, where I come from, the Hopi,
Yes.
have prophecies
Yes.
of the land shifting.
Yes, yes, yes.
Time changing.
Yes.
I had a very specific dream just before I came to Los Angeles.
Yes.
And most of you don't know this, but y'all were in it. I dreamt about each one of you before I saw you, and that's why every time I see you guys perform, or sometimes I can't speak, and sometimes I cry, because you were all in this dream. And the Hopi and the Aztec call it the children of the fifth sun, where we're moving
Yes.
towards this
Yes, yes, yes.
next world,
Yes.
and the 2012 phenomenon, and the
Yes, yes, yes.
collapsing point.
Although, of course, there are a few different kinds of interpretations and many different ideas that are connected to those notions other than just the popular ones, shall we say.
Would you like to expand on that?
Well, there are a few different things we can share. One thing we have already told many of you is that the threshold that you call 2012 is simply the leading edge of the collective consciousness crossing critical mass threshold. The idea being that on the other side of that particular moment in time, there will be more positive momentum on the planet than negative.
Yes.
You follow me?
Yes.
Now, what you do with that is still up to you, but it will be available to you because the collective consciousness on your planet, like the leading edge of a wave, will be such that you can dip into that more easily, more effortlessly. We have also mentioned that for a long time, many thousands of your years, with respect to your relationship to extraterrestrial societies such as our own, your planet has been in a type of, shall we say, hands-off quarantine, where we are not allowed to interfere in any way, shape, or form with your development. After 2012, the quarantine is up. Now, that doesn't mean we're all going to land our ships the next day. What it does mean, however, is that we could, depending upon what you do on your planet, we will no longer be held back by the quarantine. We will only be taking our cue from that point forward from the actions you all take and the kind of reality you all choose to create. You follow me? So that's a couple of other things that go along with that kind of timing. And so, the way in which you experience this transition, again, is really up to you. Please remember, there are an infinite number of parallel realities all going on simultaneously. It's not in a sense that you actually change the world you are in. It's that you change your frequency to be like that of the world you prefer to experience, and then experience that parallel Earth that already exists on that level. It may look as if everything around you has changed, but in fact, it's you that have changed, and in a sense have shifted yourself to a world in which there already exist the versions of the other people that are germane to that world, that are on the same frequency of that world. Those that are not on that frequency will no longer appear in your reality. They will simply vanish from your life one way or another. As time goes on, even though right now you are still in a collective agreement that allows you to experience many people who have belief systems that are very different from your own, maybe even very incompatible with the frequency that you prefer, in time, this will no longer be possible. The idea will be that those people will simply phase out of your reality. They will remain in the reality in which their frequency is appropriate. And you will have vanished from their reality. Well, I wonder whatever happened to so-and-so. They're on another Earth, having their own experience based on the frequency they most believed would occur. So when you go through these transitions, when you look at the idea of change on your planet, remember, many of the things that are prophesied are statements that were made at the time of the energy that existed at the time the prophecy was made. Because there really is no such thing as a prediction of the future. A prediction is a sensing of the energy that exists at the time the prediction is made. If that changes, the prediction is obsolete. If it doesn't, it comes true, as you say. But it's up to you. Many times, hearing the prediction is what causes it to change. Because now you can do something about it. The person making the prediction is saying, look, this is where our energy is. Do we want it to stay here, or do we want to change it? Do we want to experience the transition this way or this way? Up to you. Let's get it all out on the table. This is what we perceive. Now you decide how you want to experience this transformation. What kind of relationship do you want to have with each other and with your world and with the spirits and with all that is? How do you want to experience this reality? Who do you want to be? And that's what determines what you will experience. And you can even, for a time, be standing right next to someone who chooses to experience the transformation in a very destructive, scary, fearful way. And you can be standing right next to them and not experience anything that they're experiencing at all. At all. You follow me?
Yes.
Does this help illuminate some of what you are discussing?
Yes.